Hello, Happy New Year to everyone. This is Steffy B from the FinancialFox, Finance, Investment and Crypto with a Twist. I'm the founder of PR company Cassiope Services, and every week I bring to you my favorite conversation with investment experts, market disruptors, mover and shakers, and the coolest project in crypto. Decentralized finance is an emerging ecosystem of financial applications and protocols built on blockchain technologies with programmable capabilities. Most projects have developed on the Ethereum blockchain and its layer 2 technology MATI network, but there are other chains which provide interesting features and opportunities for DeFi. So, I have discussed this topic with Christof Waton, founder of ADAFinance, across a dual-chain DeFi ecosystem powered by Cardano and Avalanche. And today, I'm going to share this conversation with you. But before we go into the interview, remember that I'm not a financial advisor, so all the content here is for informational purposes only. Hi, Christof, how are you?
Hey, Steffy. I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. So today, we are going to talk about DeFi, but we are going to talk about also your project, ADAFinance, that is, it's not built on Ethereum, because many people obviously think, DeFi, right? You finance on Ethereum or Polygon, but it's actually not like that. So I wanted maybe you, first of all, to explain what is ADAFinance, how the idea of building this project came up, and also why you choose Cardano and Avalanche.
Okay, that's a lot of questions in one time. Let me start with the beginning. Let me first explain what ADAFinance is. ADAFinance is a cross-dual chain DeFi ecosystem. Now, what I mean with that is that we are developing on both Cardano and Avalanche the entire DeFi ecosystem in parallel. That means that with DeFi, people stay in control of their assets at all time. With us as well, people can choose on which blockchain they can actually operate our DeFi ecosystem on. How it came to place is that I was a CBDO for 3 years in a centralized liquidity framework, working together with centralized exchanges. I have been through the evolution in 2018 of all those centralized exchanges being built, coming to the surface, to say it like that, where we saw liquidity drop, where we saw user activity drop on specific centralized exchanges. So I did the strategy planning for bringing in affiliate campaigns, referral campaigns, that is, and account milestones, looking for the growth. And basically, the centralized exchange evolution started with bringing affiliate campaign and account milestones, followed into margin trading and lending, and now it's more and more advanced, of course. But I was missing this evolution for DeFi already for the past 2 years now. I was a business development consultant, chief business development officer as a consultant, where I wrote out DeFi ecosystems, where I introduced with YFDI passive earning opportunities with a fee and the redistribution of the fee to the community, to the people. I did it a second time with the Howdo project, Howdo/Hyper, where still I wanted to bring more, because there were so many things that we didn't tap into evolving centralized finance into decentralized finance. So with my project with ADAFinance, we're really focusing on motivating and rewarding user growth, user activity with passive earning opportunities, but a fee involved on passive earning opportunities, and those fees, they get redistributed to all most active people that actually motivate the user growth. Like, we have a referral campaign and we have a DAO program, but with the DAO program, people can vote on specific topics. People can receive a commission on the passive earning opportunities and on the network fees and on the platform fees as well. So the whole ADAFinance ecosystem is We don't have just one product. We have two products. We have a launchpad and a swap at the same time. So those two products, like the launchpad flows basically the products to the swap, where with the swap, what we are bringing is a whole plethora of features along with it. So one of the features which is very innovative, it's an innovation, which is peer-to-peer lending that feeds the margin request. So we will have margin trading in a decentralized way, overlooked by a decentralized price feed, not like Chainlink, because Chainlink is an average, it's an average centralized price feed, which is more decentralized than having just your index price, but it's still not decentralized at all. So we will have a complete decentralized price fee, which is going to overlook the liquidation process, where people can actually contribute liquidity, which could be put into the lending side, where people can earn up to 2% a day. And that liquidity also can be used to liquidate people with a margin call. So yeah, that's basically what we're building.
Right, that's quite interesting. Why you choose, let's go back to the question, why you choose Cardano and Avalanche instead of building on Ethereum?
First of all, Ethereum, the gas fees are insane. Uniswap is losing tractions by a lot. The only reason why Uniswap is still good because of Uniswap v3, which is people can actually allocate liquidity to a dedicated spread, which is very innovational. And I know that there are many platforms attempting to rebuild the v3 of Uniswap, but it's a very complicated process, because you can put specific liquidity pools at, like, for example, a liquidity pool at 1%, a liquidity pool at 0.3%, liquidity pool at 0.05%, and liquidity pool at 0.01%. So the algorithm on the back end needs to calculate constantly the best possible outcome, where it reroutes actually one transaction to the V2 and to the V3, always giving the best possible outcome for the user. However, it always stays within Uniswap. Uniswap, the fees are, Ethereum just in general, the fees are just way too high. When we look at why Cardano and why Avalanche, I would say for Cardano, it's a simple reason. Cardano is having a B2G approach. The ecosystem is about to be launched, where projects are about to be deployed on the Cardano mainnet. So that blockchain is basically just starting. It's in its infancy. So it's very good that we bring, actually, as only project, a DeFi ecosystem that actually focuses on the user activity and platform growth. For example, all those DEXs out there that are being built right now, they don't have affiliate. So what is your motivation to talk to your friend and say, oh, come trade here? You don't. There's none existing. So this is where we beat or actually improve for the whole DeFi industry, basically, because this is what we want to bring an evolution to DeFi. Why Avalanche? Avalanche just has like the best financial debt infrastructure in the industry right now. They're fast, they're cheap transactions, small contract interactions go like lightning fast as well. What we see right now for DeFi, Avalanche is the place to be. However, with the functional coding of what Cardano brings, where you can put 30 transactions into a single transaction, I think that's very interesting, and in my opinion, it's the future of blockchain technology with Cardano.
Going back to Cardano, you mentioned about B2G. Can you explain that? And also what you like most about Cardano that you think can be very disrupting for DeFi, for the development of the DeFi ecosystem?
I think B2G is business to government. Cardano is working together very closely in Africa with multiple governments, not to bring education, but also bring technology. I think Africa is booming right now. I think a lot of blockchains and foundations are targeting looking at Africa to bring blockchain technology, because it's a continent that has many talents that we haven't tapped into yet. The industry haven't really tapped into Africa yet. So Cardano is doing that in Tanzania, in Ghana, and probably a lot more. So yeah, the B2G approach, bringing like RealFi. This is something what Cardano came up with. It's called RealFi, where bring the technology and DeFi together to the people. This is something what brings an evolution to them. What is Cardano building? What's the most disruptive? I would say KYC and AML on chain. I think that it's a little bit tricky to do that in combination with DeFi. However, I 100% understand why Cardano wants to do the KYC and AML on chain on every address. It's very simple. When you're in Africa, for example, you don't have a bank account, you have assets and you got a smartphone. So what they're bringing is basically the technology of banking the unbanked. That could be used as well if you look at the Sharia law, for example, the Emirate countries, where if you're married as a woman, you don't have the right to open up your bank account. It's the man that needs to approve you having a bank account. So though we don't live in the Middle Ages anymore, to say it like that. Like, religion is very important to a lot of people. It's important to where the world is right now. But what I know and what I see is that, like, the new generation, we live digitally, we live globally, and blockchain is globally. So I think that there are many opportunities what DeFi with KYC on chain actually can deliver to the world.
I think it's very interesting because many DeFi projects are very niche and they are used between the people that know how to use them, where, you know, a project that is actually trying to broaden and actually promote financial inclusion, exactly what you are saying, working with a project like Cardano is very interesting. And I understand it's still in its infancy, but are you doing lots of work with the Cardano community or the Cardano project to kind of get their support in developing the platform?
What we're doing is we signed an agreement with B2G. B2G is bringing education. It's an educational platform for blockchain and cryptocurrencies. So we signed an MOU with them to set up a Haskell Academy program, because Cardano development is being done in Haskell, and Haskell is already an exotic coding language. So it's very, very tough to find Haskell developers. Now, when you find Haskell developers, and you even mention blockchain to them, they prefer not to work with it. They prefer not to work with blockchain. So that's why, to make sure that the ecosystem has a proper flow of developers, not just our ecosystem, our project that we're building, not the ADAFinance ecosystem, but just the Cardano ecosystem in general. We all need to invest time and resources into educating computer science students, getting universities to sign up with us for bringing students, interns, etc., because what we need to do with the Haskell Academy program that we're setting up is we're going to work together with the universities in Central Europe to get computer science students in their first or second year. Between the first and second year, we would help them with the Plutus Pioneer program. Starting from the second year, they can run actually an internship if the school puts an internship program in the second year already. That's where we want to take them already. In the third year, we can see the growth, and that's why we actually put them under a contract already. They still finish their school, because if they're in their final year, they're already taken, they're already gone. Computer science, it's one of the best courses that we can benefit the most from. So that's why bringing a Haskell Academy program focused on not just getting more developers for ourselves, but like also to our partners and just to the ecosystem. It's required. We are going to sign an agreement with IOHK and Emergo. They are very, very interested to take graduates, I would say, off my back, but I don't mean it like that, because every person that joins the Haskell Academy program that we are setting up and they graduate, they get an agreement to our consultancy firm. Like we have a consultancy firm as well, and the consultancy firm instantly, like you're a graduate, you graduated, fine, you can work for the consultancy. So that's a 100% ratio that we take on. And then we have enough partners in line that are asking like, oh, do you have more Haskell developers for us? So in terms of job opportunities, that's like the job opportunity is 100% confirmed by a consultancy firm. You get under a wage, and the consultancy firm outsources you to companies and to projects where the top of Cardano wants to take them on. So
very interesting. Is really the goal, it seems like building an ecosystem, which should really be, rather than just developing a project that, you know, always have to innovate itself. Oh, so tell me a bit about how you converted liquidity from one blockchain to the other.
And what we see right now is that a lot of ecosystems call themselves cross-chain. Now, a cross is a like this and a like this. However, what's happening right now is that they're actually attracting liquidity from one blockchain, and they run their ecosystem. Well, they run their ecosystem on one blockchain. So the only cross-chain what they have is like the top leg, which is, to me, you get a Y chain. You know, that's not a cross chain. A proper cross chain is that people, of course, stay in control of their funds. They use a token bridge to migrate liquidity from one blockchain to another blockchain, where they can choose on which blockchain they're actually going to operate the DeFi ecosystem on. Let's say you got Cardano native tokens or Cardano assets, and you use the ADAFinance ecosystem. That means that you can choose, like you can use Cardano assets, or you can migrate it to Avalanche, and you use our ecosystem on Avalanche. You know, at all times, people need to have the opportunity to choose. First of all, they stay in control of their assets. That's very important with DeFi, but also give people the liberty to choose on which blockchain they actually want to operate the DeFi ecosystem on. Avalanche is EVM compatible, so it's easily forked. Why we picked Avalanche first, it's of course because like they have the best financial debt infrastructure. I think that Polygon is definitely on our roadmap as well. But right now I'm already developing on two blockchains at the same time, which is, I don't see many projects doing it. I haven't seen any project doing it in the first place, but maybe there are some out there. That's fine. I hope so, because I think bringing multi-chain opportunity to the users, I think that's where the future lays.
I completely agree with you on that. Finally, talk me through this incentive program that you put in place, which is quite unique of your project, and that is kind of getting more and more people to contribute to the development of the project. Yeah.
So in terms of the incentives, what we have with the project is a 3-tier level referral campaign. It's very important that we look at the growth and the user base, because a liquidity provider on our swap needs to see activity, of course, because else they don't make money with that. So to boost the activity, we also have address milestones. We say address milestones, not account milestones, because we're DeFi, we're not a centralized platform. So those address milestones, whenever you reach a milestone, you as a user, you get your bonus tokens. But if you are in a referral system, then the person that referred you, there are 3 levels up. Those are the affiliates. There are 3 levels of affiliates up that actually get a commission in percentage of your address milestone bonus that you receive. Now, if you yourself activate as well the your referral link to start sending that out to people to join underneath you, that whenever they reach an address milestone, you get a commission of their bonus. So this is basically how we push the user activity and the user base growth. We got a progressive staking model that has a fee involved. There's a deposit fee and a withdrawal fee for that. We have a redistribution of the fees because we need to feed the referral program. I mean, you need to have an incentive to bring in people underneath you. So one of the things where those people benefit is the address milestones, and the other thing is a passive earning opportunity through the fee redistribution of the staking. The staking itself, people will need to end up in the DAO program, which gives a passive earning opportunity from the platform fees. That's where people need to stake a minimum amount of tokens for a minimum amount of time before they can claim their DAO title. So that's like an incentive in an incentive, which actually motivates people to engage for a long term. Peer-to-peer lending that feeds the margin requests. This is innovational to the industry as well. What we see in a bull run, if you can do peer-to-peer lending on a centralized platform, I take the example of KuCoin. KuCoin has that, where you can actually put your assets available, which I don't really know what happens with them. I can only assume that they are being fed to the futures and the margin traders, not the futures traders, but to the margin traders. However, KuCoin is a centralized platform. How much of that is really being used or taken, or how it's distributed, nobody knows. It's just that I want to do that in a decentralized way, because I've been through I consider what we had the past year were 2 bull runs, like the extension of the bull run I consider as a second one. But in late 2018 as well, what we could see is on stable coins, people could actually get like 2% daily. You put them available to the market and it's instantly taken, those orders. So when we see that with feeding margin requests in a bull run, everybody wants to take a margin on USDT to buy Bitcoin, to buy Ethereum, etc., etc. By bringing that in a decentralized way, it's 100% transparent to the people. The trust is there, the safety is there, and the earnings are there as well. I think those are the main features for people to earn, have a passive earning opportunity through our platform.
Well, that's quite a lot.
I wanted to develop not just a single piece. Like it's like a whole DeFi ecosystem. It's like a passive earning opportunity suite. It's a financial playground for anybody that has access to internet and has cryptocurrencies.
Fantastic. So anybody that is interested in following the project, where should I go?
I would say Twitter or our Telegram channel or our Discord. On Discord, we have multiple languages. We have the community channel set up where people can have their native language. If it's supported already, good. If it's not supported yet, people can request for us to set up a channel in a specific native language. For the official announcements, I would say Twitter is the most easiest and the way to go.
Okay, that's good.
We got a Facebook page as well, where we put all the updates. A LinkedIn page as well, where we put all the updates. So everybody can find us just on ADAFinance, the name. Fantastic.
So any developers, anybody that would be interested in joining ADAFinance and the very innovative project that you're doing, so can just go on either Twitter or Discord and get in touch with your community and your people. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Christof, for being on the show, and I hope that we can have another chat very soon when the project is moving to the next level, and you can tell me a bit more on how you are developing all these different features to empower people to get involved in DeFi. We're looking at a good future ahead of us. Exciting times. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Steffy. So what we have learned today is that DeFi is still a place of a lot of experimentation. And thanks to projects like ADAFinance, we can push the boundary of what is possible in the future of finance and promote financial inclusion. So If you have got any comment or any question, don't forget, you can send me an email at steffi@financialfox.news. And also, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel and podcast, please click the subscribe button and follow us on social media to stay up to date with our news and interviews. Take care and Happy New Year. I will see you next time.